What's up, guys? We are so back. Mcquade's 2026, starting her off strong. What a start. Holy cow. Oh my god. I just missed that guy by the hair on the back of my toe. I heard when I got back to the pits there that was a pretty nasty wreck and a couple people got caught up in it. So that always seems to happen right off the start. Gotta be watching out. Gotta be on your toes there. Anyways, Mcquade's 2026 first Harescramble of the season, and what a way to start out the year. Holy cow, this one was tough. Now, I don't know about everyone else, but I've only been out on my bike 2 times before this race, and this race was pretty technical, had a lot of roots, a lot of rocks, a lot of hills, which I'm just not conditioned for. I'm not conditioned in the first place, being so early in the season, and I haven't been riding this kind of stuff, so yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle, but we got through it. It was good fun. My start there was pretty good. There was, I think, about 30-ish guys, maybe 28 guys in our class, Intermediate A. I started into the woods at around position 8 to 9 to 10 maybe, and the first lap I was able to hold off a little bit, maybe finish the first lap I think in position 12 according to live laps, which is pretty good, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Now I am in Intermediate A now. When I signed up this year, unfortunately Intermediate B was the class had been changed, so it's 26 and above and I'm at 25, so I had 2 options. I could either drop down to junior, which I would be at the top age limit of that class, or I could go up to Intermediate A, which I know is a lot faster, guys. I'm racing with the experts, and I'm honestly not quite there yet, but I also didn't really want to drop down. I'm always up for a challenge, a little bit of a longer race. Back in Ontario, we used to run 2-hour Harescrambles, so it's nice to get back into that. So big uphill coming, boom! Holy cow. Doesn't quite look it on video, but that was like a rock ledge kind of step up, and then about a foot or 2 of just rock straight up. So the best way to hit it, I found, is just get some speed and smack it, and your bike kind of goes flying up. But I didn't get caught on that one, and I heard a couple guys got caught on that, and that's the kind of feature that when you get caught on, your bike's just spinning. You basically have to get off and haul your bike up, which just saps your energy. There's a lot of hill climbs here, a lot of rocky hill climbs like this, and I found this race was so much about picking your lines and not stopping, like keeping your momentum. Because if you get caught up on these hills, this first whole section for the about first 10 minutes is just up and down these rocky hill climbs. And if you're pushing yourself up these, you're going to get gassed so fast, and the race is going to be over before it even started. So I had pretty good luck throughout the race on the hills. I didn't get stuck. I had to do maybe a little bit of paddling with the feet, but I didn't have to get off and push the bike at all, which is really good. I'm really happy about that. So this is the first race video I've done in a little while. My last ones were all off-road Ontario. I now moved to PEI, and since PEI is pretty small, they don't have their own race series. I'm running the Nbdra, which is the New Brunswick Dirt Riders Association series. They do have one race over in PEI, but most of them are all around Moncton. About a 2 to 3 hour drive for most of the races for me, so it's not too bad. Pretty similar to Ontario. This is the first one. I ran a couple last year. I did the Hartsville one last year, which was in PEI, and I did one at Riverglade MX, which was over in New Brunswick, and they were both awesome. But this year I'm going to be running the whole circuit. Yeah, and we're gonna see where that gets us. As I said, I had to move up classes, so I don't really think I'm gonna be fighting for points. Well, let's be honest, I'm just not good enough to compete at this level, which is totally fine. I'm just here to have fun, ride some new courses. This New Brunswick terrain is sick. This is one of the hill climbs. See, you can see to the left, people got stuck up, and once you get stuck up, especially if you're in a big line of people getting stuck up, it's so hard getting the momentum back. So I chose a pretty good line there. Pretty happy with that. Quick thinking, get by them. But yeah, the New Brunswick terrain is so much different than Ontario. There's actually hills here, which is pretty cool. Super fun to ride. This particular track, Mcquade's, reminds me a lot of the Corduroy Enduro. There's a lot of rocks sticking out, kind of beats up your hands. There's ups and downs and roots, off cambers. It's quite technical, and that's what everyone's saying. It's kind of one of the more technical tracks of this series. So it's good to get it out of the way first. It was really fun, an eye-opener. Really beats you up though, holy cow. Like after the first lap, my hands were hurting pretty bad. I'll actually put in a video of what my hands look like after the race. That is not ideal. Holy shit. So yeah, that does not feel good. My hands started getting sore maybe in the second lap, and at the start of the third lap, that blister ripped open. And if you've ever ridden with a blister ripped open, especially on this bumpy terrain, just relentlessly shaking your hand, I basically lost control of my clutch because I couldn't hold on to my handlebars, you know, have my hand planted. I was kind of just trying to hold on with my fingers because my hand was in so much pain. Like when it first burst, I was thinking about pulling off, but I'm not going to pull off. Like you got to go through with it, right? So definitely slowed down a bunch. That's just what happens. I think I need new gloves. My gloves tend to like shift around on me. They're not really too big, I would say. Maybe just too loose. I'm not sure. I'm going to try some new gloves for the next race and see if that makes any difference, because I cannot keep getting blisters like that. I mean, I'm recording this 4 days later and my hand is still red, still super sore in that blister spot. Quick side note, what a pass right here. These guys all went low. I kind of made my own path coming down the hill, cut them off, got in front of them. It's always about keeping your eyes open. Of course, I think they both passed me not too long down the ways here, but it's all about making good decisions, making good passes whenever you can. That's the name of the game here, and I don't have the skill to quite back it up, but I'm pretty proud of the little passes and the little times that I do take advantage of potential passing situations, because it's quite hard to pass in the woods. Like in single track, there's not that many options, and you'll see in the start of the race there were a bunch of people who made awesome passes on me, usually cutting off at corners or something. And yeah, it's really hard to gain places, especially in the start when it's slow and everyone's kind of lined up behind each other. So take what you can get for now. Anyways, back to the hand. Yeah, I'm recording this 4 days later. My hand is still red. The blister's open now. It's healing, but it's still sore. It's going to take another week or two to be back to full health again. And yeah, that's just a week I miss out on riding and doing fun stuff and really pushing, training for the next race, which is coming up. This is an awesome hill climb, by the way. Doesn't look that steep, but it was pretty friggin' steep. Really fun. I don't get to ride these hills that often. And check it out here on the left, the guy in the blue comes ripping past me. Props to him. I got him, he got me. He's obviously way faster than me, so he should be ahead of me. But yeah, over in PEI, there's not too many hills. There's a couple tracks here that have some hills, like Hartsville, which is good fun. But yeah, nothing like this where it's just up and down, really steep, really fun. And I find hills really fun. Like we took a trip, me and a couple of the guys from PEI, over to New Brunswick, Goshen, I believe it's called. Quick side note, here's one of the hills that a lot of people were getting caught up on. You can see here that tons of people are on the hill, so there is a chicken line to this hill. I took it for the first lap because, as you can see, there's so many people caught on the hill. And as I said before, if you go on that hill and you stop, it's all roots, it's all rocks. Once you lose your momentum, it's so hard to get going again, and you're going to end up pushing your bike up the hill. So I'm pretty sure I just passed everyone that was on that hill, which again, awesome pass. I'm sure they're going to come and get me in the future here, but you got to take them when you can. Now that hill isn't actually too bad. It is, I would say it's not too steep, but it's really rocky and it's really rooty. So you need to bring all your speed in at the start and just kind of bounce over stuff and make your way up. I took it for the last 3 laps and it's good fun. A little bit of a struggle, a little bit of paddling feet, but I was able to make it up pretty cleanly each time. As long as there's no one stuck on it, you're pretty well good to go. But yeah, back to Goshen. We would stop at these massive hills. It's just a riding park, and we would just practice them. And I couldn't get up any of them because I don't have any experience riding hills. So hopefully this summer we go back out there a few more times and yeah, do the same thing, ride around, practice hills, and just get better overall as a rider. Now at this point in the race, we're about 10 minutes in, and my mouth is so dry. My mouth feels like the Sahara Desert. You can see me a couple times, the camera kind of points up. It's because I'm trying to find my water mouthpiece. It's on a magnet on my strap to my water pack, but sometimes I just can't get it, and especially in this race, it was so bumpy, and like I'm trying to push, I'm still trying to keep going, but I don't have enough time to get it, fumble it around, and get it into my mouth. So I think what I'm going to do for the next race here is I'm going to somehow attach it into my helmet so that I can just reach around with my mouth and kind of grab it when I need. So it's close by, but not always in my mouth. I don't really know how I'm going to do that. I have a 3D printer, so I'm going to figure something out, print it up, and give it a shot in the next race, because it's really hard to like breathe and do anything. Like my spit just turns into like dust almost, and it always seems to happen in the first lap of the race, and later on in the race I'll kind of get used to it and I'm able to get more water, or I don't really know what happens. Maybe I'm just so pumped full of adrenaline that it dries me out. I have no idea, but we got to work on that. Also, a little bit of a problem maybe that had to do with the water is I got a new camera. So for my last races in Ontario, I was running a GoPro, but unfortunately I lost that GoPro in the ocean while I was kite surfing, and I couldn't find it. So I got the Insta360 X5, which is such a sweet camera. This is one of my first times actually using it, and I have it on a chin mount. And if you know anything about the X5, it's quite big and it's quite heavy. So it's basically on my chin pointing down. So it kind of gets in the way of my water hose. So I kind of have to reach around it in order to get it. And I'm trying not to knock it off. So far, the Insta360 has been pretty cool. I think it looks pretty good. I have it on single lens mode because I'm just using it kind of like a GoPro in this scenario. I had an ND filter on it. I did unfortunately choose the wrong setting. I chose one of the single lens modes that I can't adjust the stabilization in post like I usually do on a GoPro. This basically means the stabilization is fighting with the natural motion blur effect, and it gives these weird little jitters that you can't get rid of. So I know for next time now, I'm going to go out and do some testing, maybe just on my motorcycle, or next time I go out to practice on my dirt bike, I'll bring the Insta360 and kind of mess around with it again. But yeah, other than that, I think the quality is pretty good. The color grading is pretty good. Overall, I'm really happy with it. And maybe next race, I'll run it in a 360 mode and try that, see how that works out. If there's any crashes or anything, I could probably catch them pretty good. Probably will be at the start. Yeah, so this video is just the first lap and a little bit of the race. It's a 2-hour race. It's about a 30-ish minute lap, a little bit less. I did 4 laps. The first one was awesome. I felt really good. I felt like I could keep it up for a while, and I was doing pretty good. I finished the first lap in position 12. Right after the first lap, I went through scoring. In the next minute-ish, I deflected off of a rock. My front tire deflected off directly into a tree, so I came to a dead stop. I went over the bars, and when I fell down, I fell so that my butt cheek hit the like end of the handlebar, and it like dug into my butt cheek, and it really friggin' hurt. Like I have a big bruise from it now. And yeah, so I spent the second lap basically sitting down the whole time, which is not good on a track like this because it's so bumpy. So I was just getting thrown around, but I was just trying to get like feeling back in my leg and trying to make that pain kind of go away, which it did. Also, when I went over the bars, I landed on my butt and then on my face in the dirt, and my Insta360, the big old camera that's strapped to my chin, slammed into the ground and basically broke off. Not quite. It was kind of like hanging on, dangling there, and I didn't really realize. I was just trying to get up and get back into the race as fast as possible, but about a minute down the way, I felt it, and yeah, it was just kind of hanging on there, swinging, so I had to take it off and shove it into my pants to make it to scoring so I could drop it off or something. And obviously on a bumpy track like this, when I'm sitting down with a Insta 360 in my pants, it worked its way down to like my crotch area, and it was pinching me, and yeah, it was just terrible. Also in that crash, my airbox cover fell off, like, yeah, and I dented my pipe. It was pretty bad. Like when you see it, it's at the end of the video. It's not that fast of a crash, but a lot of damage was done. By the third lap, I was back up and I was starting to go a little bit quicker again, pick up my pace. But at that time, my hand started rubbing itself raw, and by the end of the third lap, that blister had popped, and my left hand and my clutch control was basically gone. So again, I had to slow down again, just try to kind of hold on to the bar with my fingers. So overall, wasn't the best race. I placed 20th out of, I think, 28 or maybe 27 people. So not the worst, not the best. I think if I was racing perfectly and those two events didn't happen, I could probably have gotten maybe top 15. But yeah, the people that I'm racing with, they're really fast, they're really good, so I don't feel too bad about getting 20th. That's fine with me. I'm just here to have fun, and I did have a ton of fun. Anyways, I'll stop talking now. You can watch the rest of this lap, and at the end, right as I pass checking, you'll see the crash. It's pretty funny looking back at it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Sorry. Holy